The diary entry that I thought was the most significant in the Freedom Writer's Diary was the first entry by Miss Carroll, who was the first-year teacher, taking over an English class that nobody believed that she could succeed in teaching. I find this to be the most significant for several reasons. One being her quickly finding out that her expectations of her students would have to change when she learned that none of her students previously have heard of the Holocaust, and a majority of her students had been shot at. She had dubbed her class as colorful as a box of Crayola crowns because of the many races. After experiencing the racial tension in her class, she decided that there were many life lessons to be learned in the class and not just the assigned content. Instead of the meticulous planned lessons, she made tolerance the core of her curriculum. The way her class was treated while on a field trip to see Schindler's List opened her eyes to the prejudice that people hold for one another. The wealthy in the community grabbed their pearls and clutched their purses at the sight of her mixed-race class. The book has opened my eyes even more to the fact that we will be teaching individuals and that we need to be open to many different ways of teaching and getting through to our students.
The diary entry I thought was most significant was diary number 85, which was written by a student in the class. In the entry, the student explains how she felt when she went to the Holocaust Museum and how it made her have a different viewpoint on what the Holocaust really was. She couldn't believe why they were treated that way or how they coped with the situation, and it actually made her emotional when she thought of it. After the student returned from the trip, she realized that before, when she saw something bad happen, she didn't do anything about it. She figured that if it didn't affect her, then why even bother? And now it actually changed her perspective on life and how she will now take a chance and make a change rather than let it pass in pity.
The diary I selected is number 142. It's in the spring of their senior year. They're getting ready to graduate. These kids have come through so much. Gun violence, gang violence, being jumped, even knowing some of the jumpers. But they're going to go to college now. And I think that Miss Gruwell will be the first one to tell you that it's not entirely her that put them there. She only gave these kids the tools. And as educators, that's one thing that we have to understand. We can give these kids all that we want to, and they can take all that they want to. But it's them that's going to have to actually put it all together. They're the ones that are going to have to make something of themselves. Miss Gruwell knew that in order to get respect, she had to give respect. And that's what she established as soon as she got there. They immediately wrote her off, some young, white woman coming to teach their diverse class. But she hung with it. And as educators, that's what we have to do.